What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel, and welcome to some Forza Horizon 4 back again on the Fortune Island expansion. But I wanted to go ahead and do a homage, or like a little bit of a tribute build to one of my favorite Japanese cars of all time. It's probably... See, back in the day, I considered this as my favorite Japanese car of all time. 100%. Now it's sort of changed. I'll probably make a video on the other car that I really like from Japan. That's probably, well, it is my favorite Japanese car now of all time. But this used to be it. This RX-7 used to be it. And the reason why I say that is because if you guys go back, I don't know how many of you guys are really OG subscribers, but you guys should know something about me. Obviously, I didn't start off playing Forza until Forza Motorsport 5. I have played previous Forza Motorsport games before that, but like obviously Forza Motorsport 5 is when I actually tried to, you know, play this game properly and make videos on it and stuff like that. So now we're in Forza Horizon 4, which is many years later. But back before all that, I used to play Gran Turismo. And back in Gran Turismo 5, this was pretty much the first car I've ever bought when playing it. And I absolutely fell in love with this thing. And then same with Gran Turismo 6. You can see even my drifting tutorial videos, which are still live on the channel. Back in Gran Turismo 5 and Gran Turismo 6, I used the RX-7. I was able to build that thing exactly how I wanted it to, and it used to slide so well. I used to love it as a drift car. And then obviously the looks, you know, the sound, which in this game, it sounds absolutely sick. There are some cars in this game that don't end up sounding quite good, but this RX-7 in particular sounds brilliant. Just the normal, you know, the normal 13B engine, like just the two-rotor or whatever, the dual-rotor engine that you have in this sounds amazing. I absolutely love it. It's so good. The sound of the turbos as well, it's brilliant. So what I wanted to do is something that I haven't actually done in this game, and do a drift build on one of my old-time favorite cars from Japan, and that's this RX-7. Now the car itself stock doesn't seem to be anything amazing. It sounds really good, but if I do want to take it out drifting or whatever, it's not going to be great. It's got about 270 something horsepower, which of course is not going to be enough. I can spin my rear wheels a little bit. Obviously this is made to handle very well. That is the whole purpose of this car, the way it's built and everything. It's not made to take sideways, but it is made to handle very well, to be very flat in corners. It's literally a sports car. That's what this is made to do. Like, just be a very good sports car and a very good handling car. So I think if I left it stock, this would be very fun to drive. I love the sound of this thing, man, especially in the interior. It sounds so good. But yeah, if I was to like turn this thing into like a time attack car or like a time trial car, whatever, this would be great. But obviously in this video I'm going to turn it into a drift car. So, like I said, right now, it's lacking power for me to be able to send it all the way down this hill. I can sort of get it to slip a little bit, obviously if I keep my speed up. And then of course, I definitely need... I definitely need to have more angle for this to be actually a decent drift car. But right now, I'm like, trying to keep my angle small so I can slide all the way through the corners. The wet ground definitely helps as well right now, but stock RX-7, little angle. I actually don't think I've made a video on this car on this channel. Second gear, crazy high RPMs where it should be. These tighter corners are very easy for second gear. Obviously the longer corners is where it struggles, but this thing just screams. I love it. I really do. I already love it. Let's go modify it. Let's do some more things. So I'm not going to engine swap it. It's going to stay with the Saturn engine. I will, however, I think change it to a single turbo if that actually is a thing. That'll happen. But yeah, obviously I'm going to upgrade the standard engine. I think not stock, sorry. I think with the standard engine it makes about 700 horsepower if I remember from previous games. But yeah, I definitely haven't done anything to this car or to any of RX-7 in this game. But let's have a look here. Yeah, we can engine swap it. We can put the quad rotor in it. We can put the rally engine in it. And then we can also put an LS in it, which I'm not going to do. It's going to stay as a rear wheel drive. I will be able to change this thing as a single turbo, which is what is going to happen. I'm going to keep it high in the revs all the time. I also do remember there's a lot of different types of kits here. I like the way it has that little spray. Oh, that is sick. The little spray on the radiator or intercooler at the front, that is so sick. For those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, if you guys look inside where the grill is, you'll be able to see that little bar. So that little bar, if I'm not mistaken, people can correct me down in the comments below, but I think that little bar, back in, you know, old school JDM classic cars, stuff like this. It's not really a classic because this is like early 2000s, but technically it is almost considered a classic car, which is crazy to think about. But back then, I think Japanese manufacturer used to put those in, so it would spray little bits of water, so it would cool the car down. That was so sick. Like, such a weird thing to have. And I think I ended up learning that from Mighty Car Mods, if I remember correctly. But yeah, there's a couple of different kits available for this car. The only one that I would probably go with is this one. It's not too far away from stock, and obviously we're gonna end up, you know, lowering this thing as well. Even this one doesn't look too bad. It just makes it seem even lower than what it is now. But I think the COS kit looks quite good on this thing. It looks very, very tall right now, and because it is, oh, the wing. I think I'm gonna go no wing on this. As classic as this rear wing is, which came, I think, just on the spare R, if I remember correctly. And then obviously this wing that came on the standard Infiniti RX-7s, I think. But yeah, the spare R, I think, came with the standard wing, which is this one. But I think I'm gonna go with no wing for this car. Also, this is, again, a US version of a Japanese car. And the reason why I say that, first of all, is because it doesn't have a rear wiper. Every Japanese car that's a hatchback has a rear wiper, and even some cars that are saloons have a rear wiper. The American cars, I don't think they have one. So yeah, and then also the plate at the back, it's just a little bit different as well. As for a rear bumper, I think, yeah, I remember all these bumpers. This was probably the only one I'm gonna go with. It's gonna look a lot better once it's lowered. Let's just put it that way. The COS kit is like okay-ish. Like, I kind of like it. Should we go COS kit all around? I mean, it's not terrible. I still like it. But I think just the standard-ish kit, which is just this one, except, you know, slightly wider. Yeah, this one just seems absolutely massive. I kind of like this one. I'm going to put this one on. Doesn't change that much about it. As for our side skirts, yeah, let's go with the COS kit. The COS kit looks decent. And then for our bonnet, we'll just go with June bonnet. And we should be fine with that. As for our wheels and tires, we'll see how much power this thing puts down, and then I'll mess around with the tires and that afterwards. However, for our wheels, maybe some nice classic wheels on this thing would suit it. Anything, I think black suits this car a lot. Some T37s usually suit the RX-7 quite a bit. These RE30s as well. I think I've ended up putting these on a version of the RX-7 that I had in the past as well. So there's a few different types of wheels that I actually really like on the RX-7. But yeah, I'll be back in a sec. I'm gonna try to find something that I really like. Ooh, there's something about the Advent Racing wheels that actually looks really, really good on this. I don't know if I want to keep them in gold, but I kind of want to put these on. I'm keeping the Advent wheels on. I'll make them slightly bigger as well. We'll do, I don't know what 19s would look like on this thing. Yeah, we'll go with 19s. Why not? Go 19s all around. Since this is getting drift suspension, bringing the wheels out as far as possible is fine, because they're going to be cambered and they're going to tuck a little bit away. So that's good. And then everything else, I'm pretty much just going to go full race spec on this thing. And see where we come out afterwards. The wheels look absolutely massive. I may bring the wheel size down slightly. I also do wish that this would go a little bit lower as well. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's actually do everything to this. I can't believe they actually ended up changing the pistons. I remember we used to be able to do piston upgrades for the RX-7s. Which made absolutely no sense, but sure, it's Forza. 621 horsepower, weighs 1,000 kilos. Perfect. Perfect. It's not a huge amount of power, which is great. Because I know that this thing is... Oh, that's the wrong thing. I know that this thing doesn't need that much power anyway. As for our tire compound, I think I'm gonna go... See, race tires would be good. I think I'll go with sports tires all the way around, and I'm gonna bring the wheel size on the back end to just 275s. What's the front end? 235s? We'll do 245s. I think it's fine the way it is now. I'm gonna go ahead and change the color scheme of this thing. Blue and gold, sort of suited, very Subaru-esque, which is kind of something that I don't want to do to this thing. There we go. This is the first thing I wanted to check. Can we get this thing to be even lower than what it was before? It looks better. It looks better. It's a little bit lower. I think there's actually quite a decent... no, maybe not. I was gonna say there's quite a decent set of wheels, or not wheels, set of paints for this thing, but I don't think there is. This is gorgeous. I love this color. That is so nice. I don't know, white and black are a bit boring. I like the blue and red. The blue and red looks really, really good. I definitely want to change the wheels to... Actually, I'll change the wheels first of all. And I'm just going to change these to... Ooh, I can keep the... What if I... Okay, let me try a little bit of a paint combo here. What if I do this, and then paint the wheels white? What do these look like? What's the car looking like now? I really like the paint. It's really nice. It's not like grey. It's like it has a bit of like brown in it. I don't know. I just think it looks really good. I like it. Wow. Let's check the back. Sick. I kind of like it, to be honest. And then, of course, the pop-up headlights, which just complete this car. It's nice and clean. That's the main thing about it. I don't want to do anything crazy to it. It's just nice and simple. Okay, cool. Let's drive it. Let's drive this thing. The thing is with my RX-7s, they've went through so many changes throughout the years with the way I want them built and stuff like that. They've gotten so many changes on a lot of them. So this is probably gonna be the same as well when I end up driving this thing. I really do hope it's gonna sound the same. It will sound slightly different, I think, overall, because of all the parts. And I think it'll rev higher as well. I should. The sound of the turbo is so loud. The blow-off valve. It's so much faster! Jesus Christ. What's this turbo sound like? It's like I put in 6 and floor it. That is sick. Oh, this looks great. I like it like this. It definitely doesn't have low end torque. It's not what this car is made to do. Jesus Christ. From like 4,000. I can't believe how... Okay. Watch this, right? Third gear. 3. 4,000. You can see when when it just has this torque come in. Anything about 4,500, I think. It's like nothing, and boom! This is ridiculous. It's just not linear at all with its power distribution. It's just like nothing. Boom! Just a shitload of power all at once. Yeah, this thing should definitely be driven at the rev limiter all the time. That's what rotary engines should be driven like. Oh, it's so smooth though. No tune, just upgrade it. It's lovely. It is actually really nice to drive. right now with no tune in the wet. Revving this thing out. It's nice. It's nice. Okay, with a slight tune on it, let's actually take it downhill and see what this thing is like. It's still in the wet, so it's still gonna handle a little different. Drift suspension letting me play with my angle a lot. Again, keep in mind this isn't like thousands of horsepower. This isn't a very competitive car when it comes to point drifting. But looking at those points, revving this thing out. I need to figure out a good transmission setup for this. I think I might make the gears just a tiny bit shorter so I can use that fourth. Or just between third and fourth here. However, the balance, very good. The tires, very good. Yeah, it's nice and easy to drive. I mean, there's nothing really crazy about this thing. There's the spin. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. I was trying to see when am I actually going to spin here. Because I'm slowly pushing it more and more with angle and just to see what it's like, and then obviously when I transition into a much tighter corner there, will that happen? Right, let's mess with some gears and then I'll do one more run downhill. Okay, let's try this again. Third and fourth should be very close. Should be using fourth for most of these corners now. Okay, gears are much better now. Try to keep this a little wider this time. It is definitely better than before. Keep it forward, see if we can go all the way around. A little bit of handbrake to help me extend my slide slightly. The ground has also dried up a little bit here. Okay, slow down here. So I don't do the same thing as I did the last time and end up spinning out. Then into fourth, carry this out all the way. And then back again. I'm a lot closer to the inside now than I was before, so obviously points aren't there. Oh, I really like it. I really, really like it. I like this thing a lot. It was definitely a good idea to build this thing, since I haven't actually properly driven it in this game, like, at all. And, you know, thinking this was gonna be my, like, I'm thinking this used to be my favorite, like, drift car or just Japanese car ever. It's pretty mad. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. Just a nice, simple video of me sort of taking a trip down memory lane, for me anyway. Going back to modifying and drifting in RX-7, but yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, then don't forget to like it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more as usual. But yeah, I'm pretty much done. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.